Today's Sunday. I am always excited. Well, not only on Sundays, every day. And I'm connect. I believe I'm connected on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Right. So awesome. It was a blessed day today in church. Again, I'm not yet to preach, but I like to share my experiences. Right. So I was really blessed in the church service today. Let me look at that song. And what was it saying again? He was saying that God is able to do it. Don't give up on Him, right? Almabaya, thank you for joining. Nurse Bree, thank you for joining. Yes, Marcel Loons, welcome. Shandov, welcome. Right, awesome. Today is going to be an exciting day. Right, today we're going to talk about beautiful things. Right, I want us to cover some of the common mistakes that people make. And the goal of today's session is that those mistakes are going to stop, right? There's no reason why people should be making the same mistakes, right? Mika, Pika, welcome. Awesome, awesome. So, how was your day? So, tell me, how was your day? All those who are joining now. Mika, Nurse, Bree, how Ashley, Melanie, welcome. How's your day? Right? I had a wonderful day today. My days are always wonderful anyway. But it was one of, I was so blessed in church. It says God is able to do it, right? So I always tell people, look, never give up in life. It's never over until it is over. Never give up in life. Never give up in life. Now, these are the keys to success. If you want to be successful, like I said, you have consistency, persistency, patience, and discipline. Are you understanding? I love it. Ashley says, days going well. I love that. I love that. Okay. Mika says busy but great day. Lovely. I love that. Right? So awesome. For those who are joining for the first time, I'm going to introduce myself. As usual, I love to talk about taxes, businesses, and all those kind of things. They get me excited. Right? Who else had a wonderful day? Miss Jasmine, welcome. How was your day today? Right? Awesome. So, for those who are joining on Facebook, it's good to have you. Um, Today, for those who are joining for the first time, I'm going to introduce myself. So, my name is Jerry Pani. Jikan, welcome. So, I have an MA in accounting and finance. I have an MBA. Right? I qualified as an accountant 18 years ago. So, I'm not just an accountant, I'm also a finance expert. And I'm a tax strategist. It gets me excited. Now, tax planning is the next level of taxation, right? For those who are not aware. Um, you see, people don't understand that CPAs are not tax strategists. CPAs are tax accountants. And first of all, accounting is so diversified, right? You have forensic accountants, management accountant, financial reporting, fixed asset accountants, internal auditors, external auditors. Is very, very diversified, right? So I've been in public practice over 18 years, dealing, advising thousands, business owners and individuals in all areas of business and taxation, right? So I love to talk about taxes. It keeps me excited, right? Now you see, in those days, after William, welcome. When I was just an accountant, I used to ask myself the question: but how do wealthy people pay 3% in taxes? I was marveled, right? But as a tax strategist now, I understand how wealthy people pay 3% in taxes, right? Look, a tax preparer will not take you to the 3% club. A CPA will not take you to the 3% club. It's funny because I had a meeting with a client yesterday. This guy makes over $1 million, and this client was telling me how he you know he was quite unhappy with his CPA because the CPA was just like a data entry clerk. You give me the work and I do it, no value creation, and just file the taxes, right? And the guy was not very impressed with that. The Airbnb, welcome. So my goal is that your life will never be the same, right? My goal is to take you from point A to point B so that you realize that failure is not failure is not an option. You're guaranteed to succeed. Now, but it's important to understand that there are some mistakes that are so costly. I call them costly mistakes. You want to avoid the costly mistakes. You want to avoid the costly mistakes, right? So I'm going to talk about some of the mistakes that we do that most people make. Again, my sessions are live because a lot of the things that I see in my professional career, as an accountant and finance expert and tax strategist, I like to share these experiences so that people should avoid making these mistakes, right? So the last year was season one of my Instagram live. This year is season two. Season one was laying the foundation. Season two, now we are talking about different aspects, right? The common mistakes that people make, and the goal is that those common mistakes must come to an end, right? Look, we are in an age where um, there are certain things, there are certain mistakes that should not be made. Are you understanding? So we're going to start real quick, just because of time. As you guys can imagine, it is tax season. I'm in the middle of tax season. So many new clients have come this year, as usual, right? Now, for those who, like I said, for those who want to be my clients, it's not a problem, right? I'm still hiring, I'm still accepting new clients, right? Let's fix your tax situation once and for all. Look, there's no reason why you should be giving all your money to Uncle Sam. Are you guys with me? I hope you guys can hear me, right? Awesome. I hope you guys can hear me. So perfect. So we're going to start. We're going to start real quick. Today, I want us to talk about a one of the forms that are quite important, and this is a very, very common form. Now, why do I want to talk about this? I want to talk about this form because I had a meeting with a client, and again, I could really see that the client made a mistake, right? And that kind of made me say that, look, I need to talk about these things. I need to talk about these things. There's no reason why we should be making the same mistakes over and over and over and over. There's really no reason why we should be making these mistakes. Are you guys with me? Again, for those who are just joining, my name is Jerry Pani. I have a master's in accounting and finance and MBA. I qualified as an accountant 18 years ago, right? I've been in public practice since then. Now, so I want us to talk about two tax forms. This is going to be exciting. Two tax forms, Form 1099 NEC and Form W-9. Are you guys with me? So, what is Form 1099 NEC? It's one of the most common forms, right? It's one of the most common forms if you have a business, if you're a business owner, right? So, we're going to talk about it today. Now, so what is Form 1099 NEC? NEC, N for Norman, E for Echo, C for Charlie. NEC stands for non-employee compensation. It stands for non-employee compensation, right? So, who must file a Form 1099? Basically, a Form 1099 NEC is a way to report payments, right? As per IS guidelines, right? As per IS guidelines. So, who must file a Form 1099 NEC? So, you have to file Form 1099 NEC if you meet certain conditions, right? And I'm going to give you the conditions here because we have to stop all the confusion. Are you guys with me? Now, so these are the conditions that you really have to meet. Number one, if you made a payment to someone who is not your employee, then you need to give them Form 1099 NEC, right? I'll give you a good example. One of my clients who is she has an Airbnb and she has a cleaner, right, who cleans the Airbnb, and she actually gave this cleaner a Form 1099 NEC, non-employee compensation. Now I had to file that report. Now before you get to fantastic and welcome. Thank you for joining. Right? You look, you guys need to invite more of your friends. You don't want to be blessed just by yourself, do you? Right? So, like I was saying, she gave a 1099 NEC to this cleaner, right? Which is the right thing to do, really. Now, so we're going to go again. Who needs to file? Who needs to who needs to issue a Form 1099, right? If you make payment to someone who is not your employee, then you need to file, you need to give them a form 1099 NEC. For those who are just joining, NEC stands for non-employee compensation. Now, if you made payments for services, right, in the course of your trade or business, including and all those kind of payment for services, you also have to give those issue those guys 1099 NEC forms. Now, if you make a payment to an individual, including like partnerships, estates, and things, and in some cases corporations, then you also have to issue from 1099 NEC. Now, this is the critical part. This is the critical part. This is where you should not make a mistake, right? The payment to the payee, right? All the payments, they have to be at least $600. So if you paid someone $500, by law you don't have to give them a form 1099 NEC, right? So if you don't want to go through the headache of giving people form W-9s to complete and then having to file W-9s, then don't pay people more than 500, more than $600. It has to be below 600, right? Now, what you have to know is that before you want to give someone a form 1099, the form that you have to complete is a form W-9, right? And I'm going to show you guys exactly how it works. Now, before I'm going to share my screen here real quick, right? So that people are going to say, but what is form 1099 NEC? So let me just share my screen here real quick so that we can see here. Let's have a look. Let me go to screen share. Let me go to screen share from 1099. Let me try to share that document. Where is it here? This is a document. Okay, so let's try to share this document. Now, this is really for those who are not familiar with the form. So let me try to share. Let's try again. Right, share screen. But there you go. I got it. Awesome. Yes, there you go. That's what I wanted to share. So let's try. Let's see if it works. It works here, right? So there you go. So I'm going to share now. This is the form. This is that's the form right there, right? So you guys can see here. So this is what a form 1099 NEC looks like, right? You have the box 1, which is non-employee compensation, right? It has the payer's name here, right? So if you are paying, your name will be here, the address and all those things. The payer's tax identification number is there. Now the recipient's tax identification number, TIN, right? It depends whether it's an individual or it's a business, right? Whether they're using their social security number or whether they're using their EIN, right? Now, so and then you have the recipient's name there and the address and all those kind of stuff, right? But this is a critical part here, box 1. So in box 1, you have the amount, the total amount paid, right? You will have the calendar here, whether it's 2023 or whether it's 2024, right? We're in 2024 now, but most people have the form for 2023, right? Now, again, you can check this. I don't want to go into complex things. Federal income tax withheld. So generally, you have certain individuals who are subject to withholdings, especially if they decline to give you their TIN, right? Then there'll be mandatory or statutory withholdings right there, right? Now, this is for the state level, the state taxes and all this kind of stuff. So that's what Form 1099 NEC stands for. So you get this if you are an independent contractor. So if you are maybe, for example, a traveling nurse, you may get this, or maybe somebody doing locums, maybe like a pharmacist or something. You are working as an independent contractor, non-employee, then you get given this form, right? But again, we have a group of other people who would basically get this, get income reported here. So I'm going to kind of go through the list of people who would normally get paid through from 1099, right? NEC. So, for example, professional service fees, right? Attorneys. So let's say that I hire an attorney for my business, and they did something, some great job for me, and I pay them $10,000. Again, it says that I need to declare it on a form 1099. That's the law. I'm not the one making the law, right? My attorney. And then you have accountants, architects, contractors, engineers. The truth is that many people don't file these forms, right? But that's, again, there are penalties for not filing this from 1099s, right? And the deadline is usually January 31st. I have a separate Instagram live about all this stuff, right? Now, if you are paying fees to um, to another professional, maybe splitting fees or referral fees or commissions. So I have, let's say I have, I'm an accountant and I'm working hand in hand with another accountant, then we can split a fee or something. Then I have to give them that form, right? Yes. So fees and then payments to attorneys, by attorneys to witnesses and things like that, right? Commissions paid to non-employee salespersons and all this kind of stuff, right? So that's kind of, I want to make it simple. I don't want to make it complicated or complex, right? But there are so many other groups of people who fall under this criteria. But I'm not going to go into the complexities, right, of this form. I want to make things simple for everybody to understand. Then I'm going to give an opportunity for people to ask questions, right? So that's one of the things that I wanted us to talk about, right? What is Form 1099 NEC? Who is it for? So these are the people who should be completing this form. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about today is Form W-9. Now, why am I talking about this form today? Because I had a meeting with one of my clients. I was going through the taxes, doing the taxes, and she didn't need to send me this form, but she did send it, right? And I realized, whoa, there's a mistake right there, right? So I'm going to share with you guys. The goal is that people should not be making these mistakes. Mistakes need to stop, right? So this is what form, let me share the screen there real quick. So this is what form W-9 looks like. Now, I'm going to be very, very practical right here. So let's say Jerry pays an attorney $10,000, right? Jerry, am paying the attorney. The attorney, I need to give the attorney form W-9 to complete. Are you guys with me here? Now, the attorney needs to complete this form. Now, the attorney would have to put the name, you name of your entity, or whether you're an individual or entity, right? So if you're a sole proprietor or disregarded entity, right, you enter your name here. Are you guys with me? Now, and then you enter the name of your business right here. Now, again, what's a disregarded entity? Who is a sole proprietor? I've covered all of this in a separate Instagram live, which you can watch on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook channel, on my LinkedIn channel, on my Instagram. It's all there. But for the benefit of those who are a little bit lazy, who don't want to watch for 30 minutes, right? It's so when you are a sole proprietor, you are just trading in your name. For example, I might just decide to say I'm a photographer and I start taking pictures and selling pictures, right? And I just trade in my name. Now, there are advantages and disadvantages for doing that, right? I'm not going to go into the complexities of all those things because that's not really, the topic of today's discussion. But again, just for the benefit of those, the advantages of being a sole proprietor is easy, it's cheaper, right? Compared to having an S corporation, LLC, and all those kind of stuff, right? They are more expensive, and then they have separate tax return due dates, right? Now, again, just for the benefit of those who have not watched my prior sessions, when people need to understand that if you have an LLC that's going to be taxed as an S corporation, the tax returns for these LLCs are usually due in March 15. It is your responsibility to ensure that you file on time, right? If you cannot meet the deadline, ask for an extension, and I can do that for you. Are you guys with me here? Now, so you're going to put the name of your entity there, right? Or your name if you're disregarded entity. Awesome. Just wanted to get some water. So you put the name of your business right there. Now, this is where you have to be careful. If you are an individual or a sole proprietor, you check this one here, right? If you are taxed as a C corporation or if you're a corporation, you check this one. If you are an S corporation, right? People don't really even understand what S corporations are. To become an S corporation, you first of all have to form an LLC and you elect to be taxed as an S corporation. Corporations can also elect to be taxed as S corporations. You understand? So that's kind of for the benefit of those who've not been following me. Now, if you're a partnership, you check here. If you're a trust or estate, you check here. But most attorneys would be usually C corporations or S corporations, right? Or maybe partnerships, and they'll put it there. Now, if you have an LLC, you put it here, but then you have to select whether it's a C corporation or an S corporation or a partnership. Now, I have a separate video explaining all these things, so I'm not going to talk about this. Please, if you want to know more information, you can watch my other videos, right? Then we have here, you come here and just fill all those kind of stuff here. Now, this is where you have to be. This is where most people make mistakes, common mistakes to avoid, based on what I have seen. This is crazy, right? Excellent. So I want you guys to think about this. You have to put the taxpayer identification number right here. Are you guys with me? Now, if you are a sole trader or a sole proprietor, you have to put your social security number, right? So maybe you're a babysitter. You're babysitting, hopping, going from one place to the other, right? You are trading in your name. Then you're going to, and they ask you to complete this form. Or maybe you're a cleaner. Again, they ask like this a cleaner was doing cleaning for one of my clients doing Airbnbs. Then you put your social security number here if you don't have an LLC, right? Now, if you have an LLC, you need to put your EIN here, right here. The employer identification number, the EIN. You have to put it down there. Don't mess up. You do not do this. Do not put your social security number and put your EIN at the same time. Don't do that mistake. Don't do it because I've seen it, right? Don't do that. You choose one. If you're a sole trader, sole proprietor, trading in your name, you put your social security number right there. If you have an LLC, a corporation, or whether you're taxed as a C corporation or partnership, so if you're a business, like you're not a sole proprietor or individual, if you're a C corporation or S corporation or partnership and so on, you put the employer identification number right there. Are you guys with me? Now, stop making this mistake. Stop making this mistake. Otherwise, Jerry's going to spank you. Are you guys with me? If you make that mistake and you come to Jerry, he's going to spank you. Are you guys with me here? Right, so I'm going to stop the screen share so that we can have a chat and see, give an opportunity to people to ask questions, right? And for those who are just joining here, Nikea, welcome. Paul, welcome. Divine Shield Assurance, welcome. Massa, welcome. Now, right, so again, for those who are in the insurance industry, you are going to receive a Form 1099 from the carrier, right? Whenever you see a Form 1099, you are going to pay self-employment taxes, right? Because you are treated as a business owner. The beauty with having a Form 1099 is that you can claim tremendous tax write-offs. That is the beauty of it. You can claim tremendous tax, you can claim so many tax write-offs, right? Remember, wealthy people think in terms of tax write-offs, right? Smart people think in terms of tax write-offs. Whatever you're doing, always ask yourself the question: how can I convert it to a tax write-off? How can I get the best, tax write-off out of this thing that I want to do? Are you guys with me? This is awesome. So I'm going to stop here. Obviously, it's tax season. I have so many tax returns that I need to do today, right? But again, I want to give you guys an opportunity to ask questions. So for the next 3 minutes, for the next 2 minutes, I'm going to entertain questions. Now, if you have a question based on what we have covered, feel free to ask your question. So if you have a question on things like, what is from 1099 NEC, you see, these things are so important. Let me give you guys a story. So I had a meeting with a new client, and you see, people don't even understand these things, and people try to do it alone, right? This client they get from 1099s and they don't even claim a lot of deductions and all this kind of stuff, and then they end up owing a lot in taxes. Are you guys understanding? So it is so important. Don't try to become an expert. I will never try to become a physician. I wanted to be a physician. Thank God I never became a physician. Truth, you're so welcome. So stop making these mistakes. Don't try to become an expert, right? If you want to become an expert, you have to go through the education and the training. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity. If you have a tax related question, it's tax season, right? This is your time. You have 2 minutes to ask me your question, whether it is from 1099 NEC or from W-9 or a general tax question that maybe you've been asking yourself and you really have no one to help you out. I'm here to help you. So we have 2 minutes to answer any questions, right? Just 2 minutes and then I'm gone. Let's see. Who is going to, who is enjoying today's session, by the way? Who is enjoying today's session? Right? Who is enjoying today's session? Who is enjoying today's? So if you're enjoying today's session, just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Say thank you, right? If you're enjoying today's session. So let's see who is enjoying today's session. Who is enjoying today's session? Any questions? Any questions for me? Right? So we have 1 more minute to entertain questions. Right? Any question on whether it's tax write-offs, anything on taxes, I'm here to help you out. Right? So any questions? Let's see. If you're enjoying today's session, just say thank you. Say thank you, thank you, thank you if you're enjoying today's session, right? So who has any question? Any question on taxes, right? If you have any question on taxes, yes, let me know. Now, again, if you have, right? So let's see. Any question on taxes? We have 1 more minute. 1 more minute, right? Awesome, awesome. Like I say, if after you've watched my videos, if you make these common mistakes and you come to me, I'm going to whip you. Right? Awesome, awesome. I'm just joking, you know me, right? So let's see here. Any question? Any question we have? Okay. 10 seconds. Any questions? Right? 10, right? Sugar Booga, you're joining when I'm about to vacate the so we've covered today what is from 1099 and it's awesome. So I'm going to stop here, guys. You can imagine it's tax season. I have so much to do. I love you guys. You guys have a blessed Sunday. Have a blessed week, right? Remember, motivate yourself. Oh, Jemima, thank you for joining. You're joining when I'm about to vacate now, right? Awesome, awesome. So you guys have a blessed Sunday. Take good care of yourself. Don't give up in life. It is never late. It is never over until it is. Don't give up in life. Keep pushing until it's a breakthrough. You guys take care. Have a blessed Sunday and have a blessed week. Peace, you guys. Okay.